Hello and good morning. Well, I guess good afternoon. I'm Maddie. I'm the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan Wellness Coordinator. So today we are going to make a sheet pan recipe that you definitely can modify. You can add different veggies into it, whatever your heart desires. But I just kind of used what I had in the kitchen. So you can switch out and I'll kind of give you some modifications. And you can also take out the protein, add the protein, whatever you feel like you want to do. So what I started with was a pan, and then I put some parchment paper over the pan. Today, based off of what I'm going to use Brussels sprouts, but you can use any other vegetable like broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, any other cruciferous vegetable that you like, kale, and then I also have a couple zucchinis for the end of the recipe, but you can always add it into for the sheet pan to roast those. I have a pepper. You can use any color pepper that you want. You can use multiple peppers. So this is not limited based on how much you want to make or how big your family is or how many people are eating. An onion, and then I have a lemon for the dressing, and then I also have salt and some pepper. And then I have my Brussels sprouts and my lettuce, which will be for the end of it. And then I have my salmon. You can get fresh salmon or you can get the frozen stuff. We've been getting the frozen just because then we know it will last for a little longer, because if we don't get to it right away. So to kind of save money and also not have to stress and eat it right away, we always get wild caught, not farm raised salmon. And so just sometimes like in Michigan, there's been a lot of stuff out that the mercury in some of the salmon can be higher, so just kind of rotating and mixing up your salmon from where you get it too is kind of ideal as well. And then you can also use any other fish. So you could use cod if you wanted to, any other fish that you kind of feel like you enjoy more than salmon, or you could use even a chicken too, or any other sorts of meat or protein that you want to use. You could also use and finish it off in the end with like chickpeas if you don't want to put those in the oven, chickpeas or beans or anything like that to kind of add that protein to this meal. So let's get started. So I'm going to start chopping up this onion, and what I do, I don't really think about it when I chop it. I just kind of chop and then turn it, chop, oops, got some flyaways, chop, just to make sure that there's enough chunks in there so I have that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add that towards the end, and then I'm going to cut up my pepper. There's a ton of different ways to cut up your pepper. I just do it this way because it's the easiest. And usually I wash all my vegetables before I use them. But if there's any seeds in there, I just run it through water and then it's all good to go. So we always save our ends or any leftovers from scraps and stuff from our vegetables, and we give it to our chicken. So if you see me throwing it in a bin, it's either we're composting it or we're throwing it to our chickens. So kind of, it's funny how less the amount of trash goes down when you compost, or you're able to feed your animals if you have them, your chickens or any other animals, your scraps. So I'm just gonna keep cutting. There's no rhyme or reason. If you want to, if you like strips, you can do strips. I usually just kind of cut it however. If I'm gonna do strips, I'll roast them like on the grill so that they don't fall through any like cracks or anything like that if you do put them straight on the grill. But if you're putting them in foil, it really doesn't matter. It's just kind of how you like it. How you like your vegetables. I just try not to be too picky when I'm cooking, especially if I'm just trying to batch cook and make a ton of things, or I'm in a hurry. So I'm just kind of throwing things together and really not putting too much thought into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my salmon, I'm going to place it in the middle of the pan. And it's all thawed out and cleaned. I usually run it sometimes through water so that it's kind of clean of any like germs or anything that might be on it. And then I have my Brussels sprouts. You can definitely get shaved Brussels sprouts, which I know those are huge, very popular. You can cut up your own, but this is a quick, easy way to save time, is to throw your vegetables. If you don't feel like cutting them all, throw them in your food processor, or you can do it in a blender. Just push down once, see how the size that you want them. If they're in the right size, then you can take them out. Brussels sprouts, I usually pulse twice, and they're in like the shaved Brussels sprout form. So it kind of saves money because they kind of up the price when you go and get the shaved Brussels sprouts just because of convenience. But also it just saves time too. So I did a couple pieces. That looks about right. You might have a couple chunks at the top. And then clean that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lightly place this around the salmon. Nothing too crazy. Clean it out. Every bit counts. Mom was always huge on when we would bake or do anything like with cooking, that you get every last drop out of what you pay for it. So I grew up in a Dutch family, so you kind of can see that too as well, that every penny counts. So I try to make sure I get all the vegetables out, the spatula. So then I'm just going to throw my peppers and onions, same thing, just around there. Nothing crazy, adds a little color, especially with it becoming summer. Colors are starting to pop. It's a little more green. I went for a run yesterday and it was so green and lush on the trails, and so it's always brings happiness to my soul. So, and you can always too, if the onions are still a little stuck together, I kind of pull them apart. If you don't want a huge onion chunk. I love grilled onions or like roasted onions. They are so delicious. Just nothing like, I always look forward to that when we are able to grill, to get those like grilled onions, veggies. So, I'm going to put those on there. And then I'm going to take my olive oil. You can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil. I put it in this little jar just because our avocado, we have avocado and olive oil, but they were in like a bigger mouth container and it always just like globbed it on, so I wanted something that I could more evenly pour over all the vegetables. Okay, that's on there. I'm going to put just a little bit over the salmon, just a little bit, just to get a nice little crust when we cook it. And then I'm going to take the salt and I'm going to lightly dust it over everything. Don't really have to be too specific about it because you're going to end up kind of mixing it up a little bit. You're going to take some pepper, cracked pepper, twist it over it all. You can always add more stuff after you're done cooking if you want it to flavor. And then I'm going to take my lemon, I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to take my little doodad, it gets kind of all the lemon juice and catches the seeds, and I'm going to fold it over, and then you squeeze it, and you turn it like so, and it catches all that juice. Get a little arm workout too. So you get a lot of juice in that, and then I just lightly drizzle that over all the vegetables. So I'm going to take the other half, do the same thing to also going to sit there and marinate, so if it's not all on top, it's still going to marinate underneath, so it's not, if you don't get it on each piece, it's still going to marinate and you'll still get those flavors. So then I'm just going to lightly toss it around. You might get some on your stove, just like I did, tossing it, making sure pieces are covered. Awesome. I'm just going to wash my hands, rinse them, and then what I do with my leftover lemon pieces is I put them in a little mason jar, and then I add vinegar to them, and that is, I let it marinate, sit, and that is my cleaning product that I use. It's easy, it's effective, I use it for everything, and it also saves us money. So it's one way to reuse your lemons and get a second use out of them. I've also seen people dehydrate their lemons, and then you make like a lemon zest that's dehydrated that you can put over all your food too. So that's kind of two ways to reuse that. They're really not good when you compost them, so that's why I kind of use that more so for household cleaning products. So we have the oven on at 400. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pop this in the oven at 400. Cook it for 20 minutes. Timer on. We're going to cook 20 minutes. So in that 20 minutes, usually I pick up, clean, make sure everything's in order, and you can prep for the second part, which I kind of already, I'm going to show you while that is cooking. And what you can do at the end, you can add, put the salmon and all the veggies and stuff on top of a salad or top of greens, any greens that you have. We just had romaine lettuce sitting around. The other like salad mixes have been kind of like slimy, and so we haven't really been buying those just for that reason. But you can get spinach and all those other things. And then, so we have that in a bowl, but you can also take zucchini and spiralize it. And have that on top, I put salmon on top of the spiralized zucchini, and then have the veggies all around it. So we have a little handheld spiralizer that we are going to use for this session. So what it is, I really don't, my mom got me one of these because she loved it. So, and we had one of those ones where you had to slide your hand across to get the spiralized, or the veggie fries and stuff like that, and it just was like so intimidating. I was always like, I'm gonna cut my wrist or something. So this is a lot better, and you'll see, I'm gonna place it so you can kind of see it just kind of comes out. And you can pick the thickness of it, so you can go a little thicker, you can go thinner, and you can definitely roast this if you want to in a pan or in the oven, but I kind of wanted a little crunchier flavor with the salmon, and adds a little bit of freshness. So that's why I chose not to do that. And then this is something easy that if you want to do a bunch of spiralized zucchini, and then that can be something that you add to your meals throughout the week, and just have a bag of it. There's also stuff you can buy in the store if you want more convenient ways to do that. Then this little thing goes on top when you kind of get to the end, and you can twist it, and that will help that. So I always kind of have, like when I make dinner, I make a bigger amount, or a larger amount, so that I know, like, oh, if we want leftovers the next day, or that we can just have something easily extra, or we need something for dinner, and we're like, well, let's just have leftovers. It's just something easier to do. At the end, sometimes I have to cut this little guy up, but it's no big deal. You dice it, whatever you want. If you don't have a spiralizer, you can definitely take it and just cut like strips, and do little strips like that, and or dice it if you want to. We always eat zucchini pasta. So similar kind of how Mia made the other day, a gluten-free spaghetti squash. Italian dinner. That's what we do with the zucchini, except we we will roast it in a pan instead of the oven, or we'll just kind of keep it like this, keep it fresh. It will be less watery if you don't cook it, because zucchini tends to have a lot of water in it. So, all preference on what you like. So just keep turning, and this is like I don't think it was that expensive either. It's something that if you get it, it's not like you're having to pay an arm and a leg for it. And I'll have to, I got my little pieces on the cutting board. Oops. Now let's come up. And then, so I have two options. I can put it on a salad, or I can put it over the spiralized zucchini, whatever ones that you kind of choose. So I'm going to leave that over here. And I'm going to just kind of show you what it looks like when it comes out. So I kind of already made one sheet pan. So this is with red peppers instead of the orange pepper. But it's the same thing. You can always add 2 more Brussels sprouts. We only had like so much left just because we love Brussels sprouts. So we didn't have as much as we like. But you can use cabbage too. Cabbage is really good. You can even save cabbage, like a slaw, and make a slaw out of it for the end. And put it over the zucchini, or put it over the salmon over the slaw instead of like the zucchini or salad. And we do that a lot. So we'll take the slaw and we'll put our salmon over it and then have our veggies around it. So it's kind of mixes it up a little bit, and we'll add extra lemon juice to it as well to add a little extra kick in the end, even after we've cooked it. So that's just a couple ways. You can also take a slaw and just like there's bag slaws at the store if you don't feel like wanting to cut up a ton of cabbage, but getting the bag slaw and then adding your lemon juice, or you can make like a homemade mayo, or if you have a mayo, and use that and make that kind of like a coleslaw-ish. So I do have a homemade mayo recipe that's super easy. If you are interested, please comment below. Remember to comment, I forgot to say that at the beginning, comment below or like it and then I will go back and we will mark your name down for the Strive for 5 program. So once you get 5, you earn your 8 hours of PTO, and so this is just one of the ways that you can earn it. You can also take our virtual group exercise classes, one-on-one coaching, and come back on Tuesday of next week, and I will be making a Mexican egg casserole. So this is kind of what it will look like, and then you can kind of put it over either the lettuce or the zucchini, or you can use a slaw too as well. Have fun with it. Don't overthink it. This is just something easy and easy to clean up as well. So have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine. Get out and enjoy the rest of your lunch. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good day.